Good day, everyone. Hello to all of my friends around the world. Hope you guys are doing great. Yes, this video here, I want to give a little bit of advice to one of my followers by the name of, well, his username is Hain or something like that. I think which video was that? He commented, he was asking about the tones, which he said he needs some advice on how to go about getting the tones down in Chinese. Basically, you said that you were already doing a lot of listening, which is good because that's pretty much part of it. That's what you need to do. Um, I made a video a while back. I think it was titled "Tackling the Tones" or something like that. And I basically, in that video, I was saying how I didn't know the tones, although I could produce them correctly for Cantonese, and that's true. And I still don't know the tones. I've been studying Cantonese for a little over a year, and although I can produce the sounds correctly, I wouldn't be able to tell you which tone is which because I haven't really studied it yet. And if you look at it, like native speakers are the same way. Like if they don't study their own language, they wouldn't really know the tones. Like I met plenty of native speakers who don't know the tone. Like they won't be able to break down the tones. They say, like, especially for Cantonese, they'll say, "Oh, I don't know the tones. I just know that." Like I remember when I went fishing last year sometime, and I leveled up at this Chinese restaurant. The girl, she was Chinese American. She knew a little bit of Cantonese, and we were just talking about Chinese in general. And she said to herself, she said she didn't know the tone. She said she needs to study Chinese to learn about the tone. She just knows how to produce them, you see. So why are they like that? They're like that because they listen a lot. They grew up as a child. From a child, they listen to their parents speak the language. I mean, they're immersed in that language 24/7. So this is that right there. That's indicative that you need to be immersed. Listen to the language as much as possible. Listening to noise. Now, I noticed that a lot of people, they call it noise. They say like certain things, if you don't understand, it's considered noise. But I think, to be honest with you, I think noise is good. Listening to noise is good. I listen to noise all the time. Noise, stuff that you don't understand. I like to listen. I like to watch videos where it's all in language without subtitles. I love listening to noise because noise will help you. Noise will help you to become accustomed to the sounds, and this is what helped me. This is what helped me with Cantonese. Listening to a whole bunch of just a random stuff, and I didn't really understand it. I understood words, but I just listened to it. If it was 30 minutes, an hour, I would just sit there and listen to it. I'll do that, so I will become familiar with the sounds and the tones of the language. Now the dialogues are different. If you have a book, because you get to follow it and translate, so that's a little different. So that's not really considered noise. But just watching things without subtitles, you don't understand. That's all that is considered noise. But like I said, I think listening to noise is good. So think about it. When you were a child growing up, when you were speaking a little bit, but do you remember you being around your parents and just family members, and they're speaking, especially when they're speaking about different topics, you have no clue what's going on, you don't understand it. That's noise. I mean, if you look at it, if you say that's noise, isn't that noise? If you don't understand, like if I'm sitting here and I don't understand what my parents are talking about, that's noise to me. It makes sense if that's what you want to call noise. So although it's noise, the kids will pick up the accent and the pronunciation. Once they start speaking more, they start to mimic their parents, like the way they were speaking. That's how it works. So that's what you got to do with Chinese. You got to just listen to a lot of stuff, listen to noise, listen to dialogues, and read too. Read out loud. This is another thing I do. I can't stress enough how reading out loud helps. Shadowing or whatever you want to do. I think reading out loud, it really, really helps on top of listening to the material. So that's all I can really tell you, man. It takes time. And you can't really, when it comes to tones, you can't really rush that. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts around that. You have to listen and let it soak in, and then you would just start producing them well. So I mean, when I first started like with Cantonese, if you go all the way back, I think it was last year in October sometime, you will see those videos I put up when I was doing shadowing. And there were times when I didn't have the I mean, they were pretty good, but I was still messing up on some tones in some areas. But I improved over time because I kept reading and I kept listening. So the proof is in the pudding. You know, I can sit up here and give advice, all this advice I want, but I think it's best when you see it really happening. You see someone's progress. You know, go back and watch my videos where I started putting, Cantonese up. You know, I started like practicing Cantonese. You will see that I progressed and I was doing the same stuff. Just listening to stuff, just, find some movies, listen to those, and then get a book with dialogues, just read them, listen to those dialogues over and over and read them out loud. To me, I love doing that. I love listening to dialogues thousands and thousands of times. It's fun. So you gotta definitely make sure it's something that you enjoy doing. If you're listening to it, could be music. Music. If you like to listen to music, then you can do that as well. So that's it, man. That's really all I can say about that. There are no shortcuts. You just have to put the time in and just sit there and listen to stuff over and over. And as time goes by, you'll get used to it. So what do you guys think? If anyone has any other advice for our fellow learner, post a video response or leave the advice in the comment area. But that's it. I wish you the best with Chinese. Keep going. I know it's tough, but like I said, if you keep doing it, as time goes by, you just get used to it. You start getting used to it. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for viewing.